I competed to win, competed to win, competed to win, competed to win. Mainly softball, actually. But like competitions for like sports and shit. I don't need to compete. That's all I gotta say about it. Like, stop competing because we're not comparing. You know, and there's another situation, like there's a lot of people that this is what gets me, and I know this is a lot of the times it's not necessarily intentional, because I'm just as guilty. Look, pot meet kettle. But this pot stirring that goes on among friends. If there's a beef with somebody that you're really good friends with, that you ride or die for, just because they have that beef does not mean you need to insert yourself and stir up the beef. Like, if like for me, for example, I'm gonna go, me and I don't fucking know. First person I see on here that's watching is Britt. Some of my mods, we'll say Julie. I know I can do that one. Gina, okay? Look, like, if I'm your friend and say, for example, me and Britt aren't getting along, and say Julie and Gina are friends with Britt, right? And they're friends with me. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't expect you to like come back and be like, oh my God, Britt, this is what Bullet said and did. This is what's going on. Like, to an extent, yeah. I obviously, yeah. But like, if say Bullet pisses you off and then you run to Britt and start stirring more shit up, that's not okay. Like, if me and Britt have beef between each other, and you know that me and Britt like can handle our own shit together, like, just leave it at that. You know what I mean? Like, cause we're both very outspoken people. Listen, I don't need anybody else to listen. How do I say this? Britt don't need anybody else to tell me to fuck off. Does that make sense? I'm sorry I'm using you, Britt, but you were the first person I seen on the viewers list, so you're stuck, okay? So like, Britt don't need nobody else on this motherfucking app or in this world to tell Bullet to fuck off. Like, she can tell me to fuck off all by herself. You know what I mean? So like, can we do that? Like, you don't have to insert yourself into everything. It's okay to be a supportive friend. Don't get it twisted. Like, but there's certain situations that go on that really aren't necessary. Like, they're just causing more fucking drama and more problems between creators. They can absolutely fucking work shit out. I don't like that. Like, and I don't expect that from any of my friends. And I hope people know that. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's going to be like, oh, go run to this person and do this. Or if somebody was pissed off, like, I wouldn't get somebody else, you know what I mean? Pissed off because you're pissed. I can't stand that shit. Just don't do it. Don't make shit worse than it has to be. I'm fully capable of reaching out to Britt and calling her a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's fully capable of reaching out to me and calling me a bitch. We can do that by ourselves. Sorry, Britt. Once again, apologize. You're just there, so I just don't make more. Don't start no SH, and there won't be no IT. Like, for real. We got our own pots to shit in. Britt. She is prime example, because I'm going to tell you what, from just knowing her, she ain't got no problem telling you to fuck off to your face. She don't need nobody else to do it for her. I just can't stand that, you know. Like, there's some times where you just gotta kind of just chillax and let people handle the shit themselves. Uh-huh. You know what? The devil was an angel once too. You know what I'm saying? Just because your horns are holding up your halo And I do understand that there's a lot of things that are unintentionally twisted, right? But like, people don't have to run to other people every single time somebody says something. Like, if, you know, because that's how shit gets twisted all the fucking time. Like, if you have a problem with me, like, say, for example, if you have a problem with, say, me and Julie are friends, right? You have a problem with Julie, you don't have to run to me to fix your problem. Like, it's okay to do it by yourself. Like, I might sit there and listen, but don't expect me to, like, play Captain Save-A-Ho. Of course, I'm going to stand up for my friend, but to an extent. I'm going to stand up for them just as much as I'm going to tell them they're fucking wrong. And I may not even do it on live. I don't have to do it on live to tell them they're wrong. Like, I'm not that kind of person. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to tell you you're a fuck up on live, unless you really piss me off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to you and be like, dude, like, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? I hope people understand that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'd rather have, if I'm friends with you, I'd rather have a friendship with you off the app just as much as I do on the app. But you don't really know somebody if you're just on the app. You just see what's on the internet. And I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'm going to be cool with you. If I'm going to be cool with you on live, then I'm going to be cool with you off live. Because how are you really supposed to, you know, how can you call somebody your friend if you only speak to them certain times? Like, it's weird. I'm totally off track of what I was trying to say, but yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to say. And if you feel like I'm coming off to you in a negative way, the best thing, listen, no question is a stupid one to me. I'd rather you come to me and if you feel bothered about something, anything, it doesn't matter what it is. I would rather you come to me and say, look, I'm kind of bothered by this. Like, can we, like, what did you mean? Like, if I said something like that was really confusing and it was kind of offensive and you're like, what the fuck? I would rather you come to me and be like, did you mean this? Like, am I tracking this correctly? Because I don't feel like that's, like, what are we doing here? I would be more of an understanding person and less on the defense if somebody just came to me directly and asked me questions. And that's why, like, certain people that I do have friendships, they know that they can come to me no matter what the situation is. If you are legit fucking heated and pissed off at me, I don't care. Like, let's work it out. If you need time to, like, fucking talk about it and you're too mad to speak to me, like, all you got to do is let me know you're good. And then you can come to me whenever you want. Like, I'm not going to force you to talk to me when you're angry. I'm not going to force anybody to speak to me in general. As long as I know you're okay, like, you could give me a big fuck you sign. I don't care. As long as I know you're okay, that's all that matters to me. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what beef you have with somebody. If you're friends with them and you actually cared about them at one point in time, or you still do, like, that doesn't just go away overnight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it don't go away overnight. And that's not the kind of person I am. Unless you really cross lines, I'm still going to give a fuck about you. If I was your friend and I gave a fuck about you 5 minutes ago, I'm still going to give a fuck about you when you piss me off. It doesn't change. Easy to track in a circle. It's easy to run in a circle too, you know? What? I ain't even paying attention to chat. I just got a message. I mean, if you want, but, like, I don't want no more arguments. I mean, I don't care, but, like, if anybody's in here to argue with me or start more stuff, like, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm cool with people. You're good.
Hey,
Hey, what's up? Hang on, let me turn my volume up because I think it's down. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, listen, I'm not mad, but I want you to understand that everything that her name is mentioned is either screen recorded, it is screenshot, and by many eyes, okay? And it wasn't my place to come to you regarding what was said about her because it was about her. Now, I made a comment and I thought you knew that was me. I thought you had remembered my Reddit name. When
I didn't know that was you.
Yeah, when I responded about the mod comment.
Yeah, I knew it was you then.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, so that's why, I didn't say anything about the other comments because they were not directed toward me. My loyalty lies with her. And, I'm not going to say that if somebody did that to you, that I wouldn't have done the same thing.
To be, yeah, right. No, to be honest with you, like, look, I know where you stand. Like, I think me and you've had this talk before. I know where you stand when it comes to Nicole. Like, you are very protective. Like, your loyalty is 100% with her. Like, I respect that. I would never intentionally disrespect that. Because I know where you lie. You know what I mean? So I don't want you to get it twisted that I don't know that. You know what I mean? Because I do. I know that 100%. Like, no matter what, like, you're going to have her back. Like, it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got people the same way, you know what I mean? But it just is what it is. That's just how people are. You can't make them pick and choose. They're going to choose for themselves, and that's okay.
Right.
I'm okay with that. Listen, girl, I do not expect you to be anywhere as loyal to me as you are Nicole or anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, I just want you to know that. Like, I get it.
Right. But it wasn't done out of, being vindictive or, trying to start shit, getting, her mad at you and whatever. It was not like that at all. Had anyone else done it, I would have done the same thing. Other people have done it and I have done the same thing. And I will continue to do it. So it was not, I wasn't, trying to put a knife in your back or anything else. So, I just wanted to clear that up. I know you had said, people need to mind their own business, and people do might need to mind their own business. But when it comes to that, I'm going to keep my nose in it.
I mean, I understand that. I understand, like, sending stuff to her and et cetera, et cetera. I think it did get a little too far because I didn't really have a chance to explain myself or anything like that. It just it literally just hit out the blue. If it was in any different situation, if it didn't just come out the woodwork, I think it would have definitely been handled and understood a little differently. It was like, I literally just felt like I was blown away. I was like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? Like, what'd I do? I hate that. You know what I mean? And that's not your fault. Like, you didn't know. But at the end of the day, like, I literally just was like, okay, we're having a good live. We're cutting it up. And then all of a sudden, bam, let's fuck up Bullet. And I'm like, wait a minute. What? Can I get something to drink first?
Yeah, well, and, maybe that's something that, you guys can talk about, whenever. But I just want to come up here and say that that's just how it is, and that's how it will be, because that's, my loyalty lies with her. And for anyone else that's, wants to do the same thing, she'll get the screenshots and she's going to get the video. So that's just it.
Right, and that's, I mean, that's the same shit that happens to me. Look, I have a million people. There is hardly any times where I go into anybody's live where I watch certain things. I mean, it's always sent to me. It's always told me, and then I go and look at it. Like, and that's good. I tend to jump up and kind of speak before anybody else is able to. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody got to say anything. I'll jump up and say it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, and you have every right to do that. I mean, your loyalty lies where it lies, and I respect that. There's no beef when it comes to that. It's just sometimes it's like dang, like I wish you would have reached out to me privately so we could like at least talk about it. You know what I mean? But I get why y'all did what you did at the same time. So
yeah. I just wanted to jump up here and, you know, kind of clear that up.
right, it's all good.
So, yeah. All right, I'm gonna hop down and finish my blanket.
All righty, dear. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Like, I respect that. I respect when people come to me and is like, okay, like let's figure some shit out. You know what I mean? Like, I respect that more than anything. Like, that's one thing that, like, if you come to me like respectful or whatever, I'm going to be respectful to you back, and I appreciate. I would rather somebody do that than just continue on the bullshit. Like, so I appreciate that. Like, in general, like, thank you for doing that, because not a lot of people do. Sorry, auto. Okay. Yo, I don't know what just happened, but some random person just showed up on my phone. I got scared. My rooster's already crowing at my door. It is 11:27, sir. You're early. This is why I can't never have nice things. You know, it's a bad day.